Hi everybody, welcome back to Mark Clemens Postcards. Ellie and Lucy say a big hello to you, and they want to remind you that if you like these kind of videos, please give us a like so other people will find us too. And if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, please do that as well. That also helps other people find us and help other people see this video and spread the word about postcards around. Thanks a lot. Just the other day, Lucy came to me and she said, "Hey Dad, we sure have a lot of postcards here. Where do you get all those postcards?" And I said, "Lucy, that is a darn good question. Glad you asked that. I think we should make a video about it." And she said, "Yeah, good idea. I'm going to go take a nap." So, in this video, I want to talk to you about where you can find postcards to collect or sell or both, and that is called postcard sourcing. Longtime collectors or longtime resellers probably already have established sources for obtaining their postcards, but newer collectors or resellers may be having a harder time finding cards and may be thinking, where should I look? Before we go further, let me clarify a term often used when buying or selling postcards. You will often hear or see the word lot, L-O-T, when dealing with postcards. At first glance, you might think lot means a lot of postcards, a big pile. But the word lot can be deceiving. It can mean a big pile of postcards, or it can be only one postcard. Auctioneers often refer to items in their auction catalog as a lot, but that lot may only contain one item, so always look carefully. There are actually many sources to obtain postcards. You just need to know where to look. We'll take a look at the following ways to source postcards for your collection or for reselling. We have auctions, both online and live, antique malls, antique shops, estate sales, yard sales, postcard shows, paper shows, stamp shows, eBay, obviously, and other online sites, postcard dealers and postcard resellers, and advertising. You can place advertising online to let people know that you're looking to buy postcards. Although these sources are useful for both collectors and resellers, let's take a minute to make some important distinctions between the two. Collectors are usually looking for specific cards or types of cards to fill in gaps in their collection or to expand their collection in specific topics or categories. Resellers, on the other hand, may be looking for a wide range of topics and are also looking to buy cards in larger quantities when possible. A collector is not likely to buy a large lot or quantity of cards just to get one card that they're looking for. A reseller, on the other hand, will often buy large lots of cards in order to get a lower cost per card and to get a variety of topics. But whether you're a collector or a reseller, you need to know where to look to find good cards. So let's take a look at these sources individually. Auctions can be a great source for postcards, and there are always auctions going on, either live or online. Since the lockdowns of a few years ago, online auctions have become far more common than live auctions, but both types have their advantages and disadvantages. Online auctions can last for days or even weeks, giving you ample time to peruse the auction catalog and select your target items. The disadvantage is that you can't actually pick up the item and look it over. You must rely on the catalog photos. But if the online auction is local to you, many auctioneers will schedule a preview day where you can actually go and view the items or items in person, which is the best way to determine the actual condition. For auctions not local to you, shipping and handling must also be considered in weighing how much to bid on an item. Many auctioneers also charge a buyer's premium, which is a percentage added to the winning bid of an item. These are factors that have to be considered because they can greatly affect the final price of an item. Live auctions, unlike online auctions, are held on a specific day at a specific time, which might make attendance difficult for you, if not impossible. A benefit of a live auction is that you can pick up and examine all the items closely and study them for condition issues. A disadvantage is that you may have to wait some time for your item or items to come up for bid, and then you may only have seconds to bid. If you don't pay close attention, you could miss the very item or items you were waiting for. You may also need to be aware of auction fever. That's a condition which affects many auction goers when caught up in the heat of the bidding. Many times your desire to win an item might cause you to bid more than you should, thereby paying too much and exceeding your budget. Auctions may or may not be your cup of tea. All I know is they have been a steady source of postcards for me. Antique malls and antique shops are another good source for buying postcards. Antique malls usually have a large number of dealers, so the odds of at least one or two offering postcards for sale is pretty good. It's like going on an Easter egg hunt. When you stumble on that box or boxes of cards, it can be pretty exciting. One drawback is that some dealers who have a wide variety of merchandise may not have a thorough knowledge of postcards. This can be good or bad, as their cards may be priced too high, but you also may find some good cards at a price you can't refuse. Cards at antique malls can also be picked over, and sometimes they're not properly stored or displayed, and they could be damaged. I have purchased a lot of cards at antique malls and especially like the ability to cherry pick the cards. Antique shops, on the other hand, are usually owned and stocked by a single dealer, so your chances of finding cards may be less. If you don't see postcards, however, always be sure to ask. You never know what might be in the back room and hasn't made it out onto the sales floor yet. Estate sales can also be a good source for postcards. You never know what goodies someone had stashed away in a drawer or a closet. One of the biggest postcard purchases I have ever made was at the estate sale of a longtime local collector. Yard sales can be tougher to find postcards and require a lot of searching. Generally, older homeowners are more likely to have old postcards than younger homeowners. But if you don't see, always ask. This seems like a really obvious one, and that's because it is. Postcard shows are going to have postcards for sale. The name gives it away. But there are a lot of factors to consider. I've sold at many postcard shows over the years and have spent a lot of time shopping the other dealers' tables. I can tell you this. Prices will vary greatly from dealer to dealer, and so will the dealer's perceptions of what is good and what is not. Always shop around before you buy, because you will most likely find a dealer whose selection and prices suit your needs the best. If you're looking for particular cards or topics, mention it to the dealer. Many keep want lists and will contact you if they come across cards matching your wants. One of the best things about postcard shows is that most dealers will have 25-cent or $1 boxes of cards that they don't want to sort and price into their regular inventory. These boxes can be a great source of inventory for reselling. These boxes will be heavily scrutinized by other dealers, so you've got to get in there fast. And then there are paper shows. Paper shows will also very likely feature postcards because, postcards are made out of paper. Now, not all dealers will have postcards because some specialize in specific paper items, but almost certainly some dealer will have some postcards. Again, always ask if you don't see any. Stamp shows. At first, you might think, why go to a stamp show looking for postcards? Well, what does almost every used postcard have on the back? A stamp. Although finding a rare or valuable stamp on the back of a postcard is less likely than finding Bigfoot, stamp dealers are covering all the bases. Often stamp dealers will have some postcards, and since postcards are not their main collecting interest, they may be willing to sell them at a good price. Whoa, that's a lot of money. I don't know if that was a good price or not. Let's take a look at eBay, one of the largest collectible markets in the entire world. Just type in the word postcard in the search bar, grab a refreshing beverage, get comfortable, and you can spend the next several hours scrolling through the endless list of potential sources to buy postcards. Just look at this right here. 13 million plus results for postcards. And you could scroll down this list all day long. For postcard resellers, shopping for cards on eBay and other online sites is more difficult since you're essentially shopping other resellers. Since resellers are buying to sell and hopefully make a profit, buying from other resellers doesn't always make sense or money. But again, like with all other sources, deals can be found. It just takes work. Did I forget to mention that sourcing postcards takes work? If I did forget to say it, I'll repeat it. What's that, Lucy? If I forgot to say it in the first place, how can I repeat it? Well, that's a good point, I guess. But hey, aren't you supposed to be sorting postcards? Get back to work. Anyway, what was I saying? Yes, sourcing postcards is a lot of work. I've spent countless hours over the past 25 years looking for postcards, but I did find some, at least a couple 100,000 so far. So will you. Just keep looking. Good things come to those that work hard. Have you thought about other postcard dealers and resellers? Other postcard dealers and resellers are not always just your competition. They can also be your allies in searching for treasures for your collection and or inventory to resell. I'm a collector and a reseller, so I have a foot in both worlds. Other dealers can sometimes refer you to sources that they utilize or to specific opportunities that they are either not interested in or can't take advantage of at the time. Develop relationships with other postcard sellers, and over time, it can benefit you both. Okay, last point, and then I'll go away. How about advertising? What do you do when you're looking to sell something? You advertise it. Well, the same thing works in reverse. When you're looking to buy something, it's a good idea to let other people know. Some form of advertising can be a great way of letting a large number of people know your wants. Social media platforms are a great way to advertise at little or no cost. Sites like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat, Twitter or X, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Threads, and Reddit. And let's not forget that old favorite, Craigslist. Now, I don't use all these, but I am familiar with some of them. You probably are as well. Let your family and friends know what you're looking for. They can tell their friends, and so on. And finally, when it comes to advertising, probably the most effective and least expensive way to advertise your search for postcards is with business cards. There are many websites where you can order cheap business cards. They don't have to be fancy. They just need to have your basic contact info, your name, your business name if you have one, an email address, a phone number, a website if applicable. Put something like always buying postcards on there as a little tagline. Then keep some business cards with you at all times and hand them out wherever you go, whenever you get the chance. Give them to auctioneers. Get on their contact list for upcoming auctions containing postcards. Hand them out at antique malls and as with shop owners. get notified when they get postcards. Postcard dealers, be notified when they get new stock. Same with paper and stamp dealers. And don't forget to hand them out to your friends. There'll be a constant reminder that you're looking for postcards, and you never know who they might come across, and it might trigger their memory to say, hey, I have a friend who's interested in that, and either hand them your card or pass your contact info along. Just as an example, here's my business card. Now, my business card is larger than an actual business card. It's the size of a continental postcard, or 6 inches by 4 inches. The reason for that is I use it in my mailings on eBay. When I ship out postcards to customers, I always include one of these so they have my contact information. On the front, I just have my business name and the fact that I buy postcards. I also have a little blurb there about looking for me on YouTube, and the background is one of my favorite Lincoln Highway postcards. On the back, I have some information thanking them for their purchase on eBay. I also have my pertinent information, my name, address, phone number, email address. And on the right side of the card, I have some information about the types of cards that I buy and sell. You don't have to be this elaborate with a business card, of course. It's just how I choose to do it. And you'll notice in the bottom left corner, I have it dotted line on there, so you could actually cut that out and it would be approximately business card size, so you could stick that in your wallet or whatever. Just thought you might be interested in seeing that. Now, I thank you for watching today's video. I hope it was useful to you in some way. You've learned something or found some little tidbit of information that you can use. If you've enjoyed this video, please give us a like. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do that as well. And we will see you next time.